Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at my Game Boy collection. I'm doing this on the second channel because this is a question that I've been asked on many different occasions to show, but I don't really feel that it's a fitting video for the main channel. The second channel is basically going to be for stuff that I have by sort of requested by popular demand. So if I make a video on something and someone asks to show something in more detail, this will be the channel that I'll do that on. So it's going to be sort of random but not junk videos, if you understand that. So starting off with a Game & Watch. This isn't really a Game Boy, but this is where it obviously all started. I fixed this up. It was from a faulty listing on eBay. By the way, most of the Game Boys in this video are going to be ones that I bought faulty. And yeah, so it's really nice. It looks in pretty good condition. It's missing the official battery cover, but someone, a viewer of mine, 3D printed one for me. And yeah, I managed to get it pretty much completely working. It's still missing a couple of connections, meaning there's a couple of sprites up there missing, but for the most part it's working. The box is in awful condition, but it's still quite nice to have it, although I'll look out for another one on eBay. So we're going to be doing this chronologically, which means the next thing we're going to be moving on to is my unmodded DMG Game Boys. I've only got 3 of them. This one's got a glass lens, but yeah, this is a faulty DMG. I haven't got around to fixing it yet. I'm pretty certain it's going to work fine. I just need to put some batteries in it. I just bought it faulty. Play it loud, play it loud, play it loud. This is the skeleton ones, and this is obviously the white one, which was from Japan. And I've managed to fix it up quite nicely and retro bright it and stuff. So yeah, really cool. I love the DMG Game Boys. After that, we've got modded Game Boys. So starting from the left, I've got a red official shell with a white glass lens and a few silicone buttons. And I think a white, no, I don't have a white power switch. But yeah, this is a modded one with a backlight and a biver. And I think it's like a green backlight. I did a video on this one. This was sent to me by Rourke. It's got a touch sensor, RGB control in an aftermarket shell, official play it loud buttons, and a official screen lens, I think, as well. Yeah, and this is pretty cool. It's got my logo in the bottom and LEDs behind it, so it all lights up and it looks very nice. This was sent in to me as well. I'm not too sure. I think it's Fabian. He's on Instagram that I follow, and he said he got some stuff to send me. This hasn't got a Bivert chip in it. When he sent it to me, it didn't work, and I was going to make a video on it, but I just reconnected the ribbon cable and it was fine. This has been painted with some custom sort of artwork underneath the lacquer coat. Very cool. I like the silicone buttons as well. This has a touch sensor RGB. This is a video that I've done very recently. Besides that, it's completely stock OEM Game Boy. And then finally, this is an aftermarket shell and lens and buttons, which was done, apart from the actual official Play It Loud start and select buttons. There's only 2 of these in existence. I've got one, and Stuart Ashen has the other one. You can probably see there it says 1 of 2. I made these because Stuart and I are huge fans of the Mega Duck. For those of you who don't know what a Mega Duck is, do a quick YouTube search and several of my videos will come up. And yeah, this is basically just designed to look like one of those. Okay, moving on onto the Game Boy Pocket. I'll show you my boxed ones first. So yeah, here are 2 boxed Game Boy Pockets. This is the silver one that was bought for me by my brother when I was much younger. I'm pretty certain in here is the silver Game Boy, although I've had to probably use the screen at one point on something else. Yeah, okay, there we go. Silver one is in there. It's got repaired front polarizer film, but for the most part, it's exactly how it was. This is a gold Game Boy Pocket box. It was sent to me by Fabian as well. The guy who sent me the painted Game Boy before. And this has my Game Boy Pocket that sort of went viral. This video was shared on Lad Bible and has something around 1.6 million views. The video on my channel has like 200,000 as well, so really insane. And it was very nice of Fabian to send me this box. It's got some manuals and the official bag as well, because that means that I can keep it nice and protected. It's got a backlight as well, which I completely forgot I did. And this is a Game Boy that I painted and fully restored. And yeah, it looks really cool. A lot of people ask me, isn't the paint going to come off? Well, it probably will one day, but I'm not going to play it that much at all, if at all ever. This is just a restoration project. It's not exactly going to be a daily driver. Just like when people restore old cars, you're not going to go driving in the rain in it and everything like that. So yeah, really like this Game Boy. Thanks again for sending me that Game Boy box if you're watching. And this is my gold Game Boy Pocket. I think these boxes are actually quite difficult to find, so it was very nice of him to to send me this. Next up then, we have one more sort of boxed Game Boy. This is a European packaging. People kept asking me where I got this box from. For God's sake, guys, it's from eBay. I don't have a link for brand new ones of these. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore. But this is a gold Game Boy Pocket, which I did a video on as well, turning it into a Game Boy Lite. It has a backlight and a Game Boy Pocket with a Game Boy Lite sort of print on the screen. Yeah, official gold Game Boy in pretty good condition besides the battery cover, and it looks quite nice. This is my official copy of Zelda that I've had for a very, very long time. And last but not least, onto my unboxed systems. So I've got a transparent Game Boy Pocket here, which doesn't have the original motherboard in it, which is why it looks a bit weird. I think the original ones are green the whole way down to make it look a bit more like the Play It Loud Game Boy ones, the DMGs, sorry, but pretty good nick, and I quite like the transparent shell. It's very, very cool. Next up, we have a green one, which I recently acquired. It's got a slightly burnt polarizing film, so I need to repair that. But yeah, pretty good nick. I'm probably going to reshell it, and just a regular green Game Boy Pocket. Also got a back one. This one has some problems on the screen. I recently reshelled this one yesterday off camera. Just a nice little project for me to keep the passion alive. And looks pretty cool. Shame about the screen. Sometimes that disappears, but we'll be lucky if that one happens. This is a painted blue Game Boy Pocket, which I've done. Looks bloody gorgeous. I love this blue color, and nothing else to say about that. And then finally, a Japanese exclusive DMG color gray edition, whatever you want to call it, Game Boy Pocket in really, really good condition. This is my only one that I have. I did have, honestly, like hundreds of these, but I've given them away or sold them, and that is the Game Boy Pockets. Okay, next up then is the Game Boy Lite. So I have actually very, very fortunately got both Game Boy Lites, the main retail editions, boxed and complete. Although actually I don't think this one has the manual, but really, really nice, high quality box protectors on these. And yeah, not a lot to say about them other than the fact that I still can't believe I've got them. I sort of invested in these a little while ago. I think I got both of them for under £100 each from Japan, and I'm really, really happy with how they look and the conditions that they're both in. Very, very cool stuff. Huge fan of the Game Boy Lite, probably my favorite Game Boy, and they was obviously not released anywhere other than Japan, so it's quite cool to have those. I've also got a couple of unboxed ones, but these aren't in very good condition. This is the Toys R Us exclusive transparent yellow Game Boy Lite. It doesn't actually have the official battery cover on there, and I took the screen out of another one that I had, and then put the one that was in here into the other Game Boy and sold those on eBay. I had a few Game Boy Lites, but I sold them, and I've noticed this one has started to leak at the bottom, which is a huge, huge bummer, because these Game Boy Light screens, although they're the same as the Game Boy Pocket, they have a diffuser behind them, which is impossible to replicate with anything unofficial now. And so I'm probably never going to be able to repair this. I'm just going to have to live with that until I find another Game Boy Light, take the screen out of it, and then put this one in the other screen, and then get rid of that one as well. Unfortunately as well, yeah, I don't have the official battery cover. This is just a 3D printed one. Bit of a shame, but what can you do? I really like this Game Boy anyway, so it allows me to play it because it's not in a mint condition, but still has a complete sort of set of parts, if you will. This one I recently picked up, and I'm in love with this Game Boy Lite. Honestly, absolutely in love with it. This is a super, super played and loved Game Boy. You can see the wear around the D-pad. It's actually meant to have 4 little sort of protruding dots on the shell, and they have completely... Oh, funnily enough, actually, it doesn't have them, sort of has them on the yellow one, but not quite as prominently as these ones. But yeah, pretty much completely worn down. So has the A button, and even the bloody start button. This guy pressed start so many times, and also the power switch. And I tell you what, this thing works and is perfect. It's in pretty good condition, and if you want to watch me take this apart, it's on this channel right now. I put a new sticker on the back and a new lens because I'm definitely going to be using this one. This will probably be my go-to Game Boy to play now. Very happy with that, and yeah, massive fan of the Game Boy Lite. Right, moving on to the Game Boy Colors. These are my boxed ones. I've got a modded Game Girl from Loopy Mods. It's just a regular official Game Boy Color, except with a modded lens and sticker on the back. This is really, really cool. I wasn't going to show you actually, but I will. This box was custom printed as well. Not incredibly high quality, but still looks very nice through a box protector. But inside this manual is a thing about my old logo saying that if you want to watch the installation guide, then this is how you go to find it. So that's quite cool. Next up is a really cool Game Boy that was custom done for me by CIY Gaming, I think his name is. And yeah, he's done a custom box for me, so it's quite nice to have these two custom really rare, obviously. This is the only one in existence. GameBoys. He painted this for me and made it look like a TPS L2 Game Boy Color, and it's got print screens and pictures all around the shell as well, which is just really, really cool. He's done a lot of work to this, and I very much like it. I've also got a Japanese Game Boy Color box, but inside it is a little project that me and my friend John had together. He's still got the Facebook page and running it, and yeah, but inside here is a custom Game Boy Color that was done for me by Bluish Squirrel back before he fully established himself. It says Retro DX and then Elliot Coll down there as well, so really cool little sort of souvenir. And then this is just an empty box for a Game Boy Color. Don't know why I've got this, but there we go. A few unboxed consoles. I've got some, these are all modded. I don't actually have an unmodded one besides that Game Girl and the Walkman. This is a backlit Game Boy with the McWill screen inside. Sorry, no, that's got the Ben Ven screen. This one is a custom painted Game Boy Color, which has the McWill backlit LCD screen in there as well. And finally, this was sent to me by a friend of mine, and it has a front light in it. So really, really cool Game Boy. The buttons are custom as well. Quite cool to have. The only other things I have as well, which are really quite far from the tree. This one is a boxed Zelda Game Boy Color. It's my favorite game, so I had to get it boxed, and it's in a little box protector too. And this one is hardly a Game Boy Color. It's literally just got a Game Boy Color motherboard in it. This is a modded backlit AGS 101 metal Game Boy with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery from Boxy Pixel. For goodness sake, it is an absolute pimp, my Game Boy Color, but very, very nice to have. These will probably be quite rare in the future. So cool stuff. That's the Game Boy Colors. I don't have a lot in the way of Game Boy Advance. I've got a boxed Game Boy Advance here, but I don't think the Game Boy's actually in here. This box isn't in very good condition either. I don't really know why I've got it, but let me see what's in here. Yeah, absolutely nothing. But the Game Boy that does go in here, and I think actually the reason I bought this was because I wanted the shell and the motherboard for a mod, which is in here. This is a backlit AGS 101 Game Boy Advance, and it has a rechargeable lithium-ion battery in there as well, and the complete circuit board for that to cater for it. Yeah, this is really, really cool. It's low on battery, so everything's quite dim at the moment, but it's super, super cool, and looks completely stock. It's got a glass lens on there as well, and it's rechargeable through a micro USB on the bottom. Quite cool stuff. We've also got a silver Game Boy Advance. I have no idea what Game Boy is in here, but this is the box from the Game Boy Advance that me and my brother had when we were younger. So this is the first Game Boy I sort of had, if you will. Oh yeah, it's just a transparent Game Boy Advance. Where is it? Glacier something, I don't know what it's called, but there it is in there. And that's it for the Game Boy Advance stuff. I don't have any more than that. That's all I've got. I have quite a few Game Boy Advance SPs. I'm going to quickly bash through these because none of them are particularly interesting. This is a AGS 101 Australian blue. This right here is a fake shell. It's called the Game Pudding SP, which is ridiculous. And it's got a DS logo on the top. This has got a faulty AGS 101 screen in it. I don't even think it has a battery in there, but yeah, it's just a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. This is a clone Game Boy Advance SP. It's painful. This is my official Game Boy SP that I had from when I was younger in an aftermarket shell. And finally, this is a regular SP, just completely standard AGS-001, and I've got a 101 in here with a translucent shell, which I recently modded, and I bloody scratched the top of it, so I'm going to have to order a new shell and just replace the one piece. Very, very annoying. But what can you do? Very nice though, I really like the look of that one. And that is pretty much it for the Game Boy collection. The only other thing I have is this little Game Boy Micro here, just a black one. Quite cute, little metal thing, very, very cool, but quite fond of the Game Boy Micro. It's just quite uncomfortable for long periods of play. That is pretty much going to conclude this video. My favourite Game Boy of all of them has to be the Mega Game, which I recently did a refurb on. It's just a DMG clone, but it's bloody cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. What else would you like to see? Let me know what sort of stuff you'd be interested in looking at or asking me about, and I can hopefully answer that for you. We're close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is nice because I want those thumbnails because the stock stuff is disgusting. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.